welcome to Conquering Mouse Scrap with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and this is another episode of Spring Fling with strings. Now we're at step 9, and step 9 is easy because you probably need a breather right now because this has been very labor intensive. And if you need time to catch up, this is a good week to do all your catch up. But first, let's get into our shout out. Michelle from Bits Pieces. I worked with her on the community round robin, and we just had so much fun. She is just awesome. Just awesome. So if you guys go check her out, her YouTube link for Bits and Pieces is in the show notes or the description box below. So it's very important you go check her out. Also, you're going to find all sorts of different things in that description box like when our Zoom sew dates are. Now you guys, we have so much fun on those Zoom sew dates. It's awesome. Also, we have a Facebook group, and we host a Discord sewing room, a virtual sewing room for the Facebook group members. So if you're part of the Facebook community, there's all sorts of fun chats, and there's all sorts of lovely scrap quilt ideas. It's a wonderful place to come hang out. And you never know who you're going to meet in the virtual sewing room. Also, I speak for free. If you need to get a hold of me, my email address is in the About tab on the channel, or you can message me through the Facebook group. I'm a little quicker at Facebook than I am at emails. Also, if you guys have a shout out that I should get, send me the link for the shout out, the YouTuber shout out that you think is doing some really wonderful work, and I'll put them on the list, right? And again, send it to me. Either my email is under the About tab or in the Facebook group messages. Share, like, subscribe, hit the button, hit the bell, hit the thumbs up, and make comments. Comments help us out so much, and it helps us continue bringing you free, fun content and patterns that we're playing with again today. Also, I think that's it. That's it. So come on in. Let's get to the sewing. Okay, we're at the sewing machine. Now, this is a really, really simple step. It's kind of like your breather, right? Now, first thing I did is I cut 10 with the fabric strips that are 2 inches wide. Now, that's going to be my stop border. Now, it's up to you whether you want to put the stop border in first or put it in after. Totally up to you. It depends on where this goes. I think I'm going to put this one on the outer edge, the very far outer edge, because I'm going to finish out my blocks, and then I have a piece border, and then I'm going to put this on the outer edge. So it's, it provides a little stability. But this is what you want to cut today out of your contrast color, because you're working with it now. Also, you want to make 4 3.5 inch cornerstones, right? Now, those cornerstones are going to be part of the piece border. Now, this fabric has been kicking around in my sewing room a very long time, and I think from the salvage, it was like from 1996 or something like this, right? And every time I work on something blue, I take another big chunk out of this fabric, and I think this is probably like the last of this fabric finally. Now you see, this is what we're going for. We're going for a pinwheel. So the first thing we gotta do is we have to make 100 passcode triangles. Now I cut mine with the easy angle ruler just because it's a little faster for me to do, and I don't have to, I can just cut them out of strips, right? Which kind of helps speeds the process up quite a bit, so that's kind of nice. There we go. There. So we're going to make 100 of these passcode triangles. And what's going to happen here, hang on, let me get that one in there. Okay. So now, once you get them all sewn, you clip them apart. And yes, I don't have my leader enders with me because, wow, there's too many things going on in my sewing room right now. And then you trim the other point, right there. That's a perfect way of doing it. It's going to be possibly the shortest one. Yeah. There we go. But a 1.5 yards I used for this fabric here, the accent colors, because the accent colors will appear in both blocks and they'll appear in the border. And I was really surprised, like a yard and a half, I do have some left, right? So, you know, anywhere between a yard, yard and a half, just to provide, oops, where is this? Yeah, the blue is the dark. Just to provide a bit of unity to the quilt, because with string quilts, if you don't have something that's going to unify the quilt, it looks a little weird. Now I'm just finger pressing these. Of course, you take yours to the iron and do a proper job the way it's supposed to happen. So then I'm just gonna lay these out. Yes, I'm gonna lay it out right like so. Okay, just like this, and like this. And there we go. Now all these things are all different, but it's kind of cool. So now we're just going to line them up. And yes, they will nest because they've all got, I deem the blue to be the dark. So it got pressed to the blue. Everything got pressed to the blue. And we want to make sure we get a good center nest. Yes, we do. We have it. Once you get like a couple of stitches in, you make sure then you have it lined up correctly on the bottom. There we go. And just like that, I'm going to pull it out. And now we're going to press one this way and one the other way. So I'm going to open them both up. Now what I chose to do is the bottom went down and the top went up. Right? Because I just found it easier. And I got a snugger fit, believe it or not. So I'm just, you know, I'm making sure that nests right in there. Right? So I want nice crisp points in the center of my pinwheel. Okay, and with the needle down, I'm going to clip that webbing, make sure I've got the best nest ever. Yes, I do. Okay, and we are done. I'm just going to take it off the sewing machine. There we go. Now, before I iron this open, I took the back and I'm just going to open this up. I took the back and these seams that go this way, I've got two already turning clockwise. So I'm just going to press this or pull this apart just like this. And sometimes, because I'm stitching pretty tight, I have my stitches up to 25 inches per 25 stitches per inch, which is a little on the tight side, but that's pretty much where I like to stitch. Now I'm going to pop this open right in the center, and what happens is I get a nice flat center that way by swirling, and then I just finger press these edges just a bit to get that nice and flat, right? So it looks like this. This kind of looks like a little bit of a mess, but you kind of get the idea. Just like that. So you swirl that center seam. So all of those seams for the half square triangles down the edges are all going clockwise. The angled ones are going counterclockwise, but that's okay. Now I did the same thing with this, and this one is pressed, but because I was sewing on a really tight stitches per inch, that's what it looks like. Now I would make sure that you're, like when I go to iron this, I get my clapper out and I flatten it really good, right? And then I measure to make sure this measures 3.5 inches, right? Now, it's amazing how accurate this method is once you do this. This one too, like I say, yeah, the centers are good. The centers are all quite nice. There's a nice, really, really nice one. But yeah, it's the easy way of doing this, and you just take your time lining stuff up, but it's an easier week because you don't have so much labor intensive stuff. So I think we're done. Let's get to our ta-da moment. Okay, so here's our cute little ta-da moment for our pinwheel. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. And it's a beautiful gold that I picked to go with my blue and brown strings. And you can pick whatever colors you want. You don't have to go blue, you don't have to go brown, you don't have to go gold. I just thought, okay, I have a really gorgeous gold, and I have a whole big stack of browns that I don't know what to do with, strings, and a really big blue bundle of strings. So I thought, okay, now we're going to use those and just move them out. So yeah, this is what we came up with. I'm getting excited because I'm going to be able to start sewing the blocks together. So I hope you're sewing along with me here. This has been a lot of fun getting to this point. Yes, it's almost like a marathon, isn't it? But it's been a good scrap buster. So yes, we're going to do this again, maybe. So stay well, take care. Don't forget, you got to get 10 width of fabrics from your contrast color, right? So you need 1.5 yards for all of it, like including the pinwheels and the next block that you're going to be doing next week. But yeah, so make sure you've got like 1 yard, 1.5 yards somewhere in there. And yeah, so you need 10 width of fabric strips and 4 3.5-inch blue blocks, right, for the outer cornerstones. So yes, I hope everything is going great for you in your sewing room and life is treating you very gentle. Stay well and take care until we meet again. Okay, bye! My husband and I would like to thank you for all of your support and watching our videos and sharing and liking. It has just been, you've put us on such an amazing journey and we are having so much fun. I hope everything is going so well in your life and, you know, your 1/4 inch is perfect. Everything is working out for you. And we're just so happy to be part of your life and you having, like I say, you're watching us. I was just so thrilled that you're doing that. So I want to say goodbye and I want to thank you with all my heart. Okay? Take care. Bye.